Madam, your total claim is for how much?
It's for £4,204.36.
Value of the horse is £2,593.82. That's what you paid for him.
Yeah, yeah.
I get the vet bill, that's £200 you paid.
Yeah.
I get the huntsman bill. The rest of your claim is for teeth, horseshoeing, ferry fuel, B&B, feeding costs and training fees. What's that got to do with what happened here?
Well, I had the horse's teeth rasp, which is a thing you have to do on a yearly basis. So, and when you have a new horse, you don't know when it's been done, so it's standard practice. He was shod a couple of times.
Why do you say that that's Rosanna's responsibility?
Because to get the best horses, you have to go to Ireland.
But why is that her liability? Why does that flow from what may or may not be her negligence?
Because it was all the costs incurred with that horse.
Rosanna, why do you not owe the money for what happened?
Because horses have their own minds and I can't control what they do.
But you also have a counterclaim. Your counterclaim is a very serious one because you say that in the aftermath of what's taken place, this hasn't been a reasonable response on Lorette's part. It has been thoroughly and aggressively unreasonable. What do you say has happened?
She's asked me a number of times for the money, but not in a nice way. She's quite aggressive about it. She's sent letters to yards I've rented.
That's a lie. Who?
Did you just interrupt?
Sorry.
Do carry on.
So she sent a letter to the yard I rented previously. She's phoned my parents and tried to get money out of them.
When this happened to my horse, Rosanna, when I confronted her and asked her about insurance, all she did was cry at me. And I said to her, we need to sort this out. She told me lies upon lies. Then she sent me text messages saying that her family would pay me, that she would pay me. She then never contacted me. It's only in the last I've only spoke to her twice. And yes, I was angry with her because she still said, I don't owe you any money. And she still said, I'm not responsible, and was very off to me.
Rosanna, I need you, frankly, to describe to me the worst it got in terms of the threats.
She called me a stupid...
Which was a liar.
At what date did you make an apology for what took place?
Straight after, so when the horse was put down.
No, you didn't.
Have you ever received an apology?
No, never.
Had you received an apology and worked out something between you, do you believe that this case would have ended up in my courtroom?
No, I said to her, I will, you know, let's sort something out here that's going to be beneficial to both of us. She wouldn't have any of it. She just up and left my yard.
She clearly hasn't heard that apology.
I'm sorry for what happened.
OK.
If you'd had the money there and then...
Yeah, I would have paid.
Would you have done?
Yes.
Finally. The fact of the matter is, Rosanna, you did run a riding school.
Yes.
You did so in circumstances where you should not have been running a riding school.
Yes.
That was a mistake. You've learnt from that and you've moved on, and you are no longer running a riding school. No. When you invited Lorette on the hack, you effectively assume responsibility for everybody on it. Now, that would be different if you didn't have a client on the hack. In other words, if it was just you and Lorette and another person, this case would be slightly more complicated, although I suspect the conclusion would be exactly the same. The fact of the matter is that you were legally responsible for what might happen to her horse. That's why the law required you to have insurance to cover any damage which might ensue. And quite clearly, in my view, because you ran a riding school, Lorette was entitled reasonably to believe that you were covered by public liability, which would have protected her property in the event that something went wrong.
Yes.
Your claim is for £4,204.36. You are not entitled to that full sum. You had the benefit of Storm for a period of time. Those were costs which you spent in any event and are not connected to the negligence, in my judgment. You are entitled to the full value of the horse, the vet's bill and the huntsman who came to destroy the horse. Consequently, although I do reject your claim for £4,204.36, I award you the rest of the sum, which is £2,943.82, and that's the award of this court. Madam, people's anger are often helped by a very loud apology, and you certainly can't claim £1,000 for distress, harassment, etc. for the service of court papers. The court and the law requires you to be a little bit more tough. Understood? Your counterclaim is consequently dismissed, and this court awards you £2,943.82.
Lorette was awarded £2,943.82 of her original claim. Defendant Rosanna's counterclaim was dismissed.
If you enjoyed that video, then I strongly suggest clicking here for more highlights. For those of you who haven't subscribed yet, and why not, so that you never miss out, subscribe. Clicking down there, that's an order.